What does the future of SEO look like in 2030? In this video, I'm going to discuss some of the key changes that are happening right now. And if you're not optimizing for the future, you're going to end up paying for all the clicks visiting your website. And this may be unsustainable for some of your businesses, and marketing as we know it is about to have a seismic shift. So let's dive into this video. In the SEO world, there's discussions going around what is the future of SEO, and we're seeing the rise of brand mentions and zero-click marketing. So what is this new trend? Search, AI, and the clickless future are heavily going to mold what SEO is going to look like in 2030. By 2030, SEO won't be about ranking for keywords. It will be about being recognized as a brand. Search engines, AI models, and social platforms will dominate content discovery. AI-driven search engines such as ChatGPT, Google AI's Overview, and Perplexity will provide instant answers, minimizing clicks. And that's the thing here. You're going to start receiving less clicks to your website if you haven't already. There's going to be a social discovery component here. Customers are going to learn about you on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit will become a primary source of brand awareness. And these are areas where you have to be active in the conversation to participate if you want to be visible in SEO. Traffic won't die necessarily because of AI. It will die because platforms will keep users inside of their ecosystem. And this is the clickless world we've seen. We've seen it with the Facebook algorithm and the Instagram algorithm, especially how they don't allow links and comments. It keeps people on the site. Every major platform, including Google, Meta, OpenAI, Microsoft, will monetize clicks, forcing brands to pay per visit. There's going to be a decline in free SEO, and there's going to be an increase in paid search optimization. This zero-click internet will be the norm in 2030. AI in search will extract and summarize information, reducing direct website visits. However, your website is going to play a different role in 2030. Websites still matter, but only for conversions. Discovery happens on AI and social, but the decisions will still be made by brand-owned platforms, so ultimately the transaction could actually shift to those platforms as well. In 2030, websites will be about trust, service, and expertise, not content farms, not creating a bunch of blogs and how to tie your shoes to rank for a keyword that has a billion listings on Google. We're going to shift away from being a content farm and more into a brochure, just like how the internet started out early on. So make sure you're prioritizing your website to talk about your services, your expertise, and your trust ahead of your deep dive knowledge, which ultimately can be extracted by AI search engines, and they will be referencing you deep in their AI summaries. Google has already killed keywords in January 2024. This is the death of keyword and link-based SEO. By 2030, it's all going to be about your brand mentions, your entity's authority, and AI relevance. This is how you're going to elevate yourself as an expert. Your brand matters more than the other keywords that you would rank for that are unbranded. And this is a big distinction here. AI models will prioritize brand credibility over backlinks and keywords. We know that ChatGPT was using the first 12 search engine positions in order to rank for keywords, but this is shifting more to an AI-based summary. They already have the data, and they know how to find the authoritative content, and they know how to find you. They no longer will depend on Google for constructing their AI models. Being frequently mentioned on social media, forums, news sources, and industry conversations will replace traditional ranking signals. If you're in the conversation of your industry, you're likely a very valuable brand, and depending on the metrics, how valuable you are is how often you'll be recommended. Search engines will evolve into AI answers engines. We're already seeing that with Google and ChatGPT, and this is only going to continue. In 2030, Google will no longer rely on web crawlers alone. It will use AI-generated data, entity, brand recognition, and real-time user engagement to rank content. We were talking about likes and shares as a metric in 2015, and prior to that as a ranking signal. However, Google did not have the computational power or the data centers that they're investing in now in order to rank the entire internet and get these metrics down to the nitty-gritty of things. Backlinks will become irrelevant. Backlinks will only serve as a way way to cite sources or a call to action to go to a different position. It's no longer just going to be a keyword with a link to some website that doesn't have any value to the context of that search, that user's discovery, and that article. AI will determine trust based on how often a brand appears in authoritative discussions, and this is why those computational power is important. This is why Silicon Valley is investing over $320 billion this year alone in data centers in order to deliver these AI results. Web traffic is going to continue to decline, but visibility will increase. Instead of driving direct traffic, businesses will be referencing AI-generated answers, driving brand recognition and recall. If they physically put the label with a link to your website, because these brand mentions can also be unmentioned, further accelerating this clickless norm that we're seeing on AI search engines. So how do you win at SEO in 2030? Here's the new strategy for brand visibility. Brand authority will be the #1 ranking factor here. Google, ChatGPT, and AI models will pull from trusted established brands rather than individual web pages alone. Businesses will need PR, expert citations, and mentions from high-value content ecosystems. Earning backlinks from some blog in the cooking niche for your construction business isn't going to help you here at the end of the day. You need to be featured in your industry publications. You need to be on their social pages. You need to be appearing everywhere to be a critical brand. So this gives you a lot more clarity in where your message needs to live in order to succeed online, instead of the traditional SEO voodoo that most customers think goes on behind the scenes when an SEO agency is trying to rank them on Google. We're going to start seeing a shift in social-first content strategies that will replace existing search tactics. Social media platforms are search engines. Customers can discover new topics and products on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and that's already happening constantly. And eventually those breadcrumbs will lead you to a website which has even more information, which in 2030 is going to distract the customer because they'll already have that information up front in the socials and in the AI search engines. They're ready to make a decision, so you don't have to overcomplicate the process. TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, and Instagram will continue to drive discovery. Brands will prioritize engaging content over keyword optimized blogs that no longer attracts organic traffic. You've already invested in your content, or you haven't invested in your content. You're going to have to make a judgment call in what you're going to do with your communication, and likely start to repurpose it and use it going forward, so you can hone in on the best content that not only leads to more growth in traffic acquisition, but also leads to sales and conversions. So SEO in 2030 is all going to be about AI visibility. You're going to optimize for AI models, and businesses will need to train AIs to learn their brand, their product, and services, so they become the default recommendation in AI search engines. The one caveat here is we're likely going to see the introduction of AI ads. If you want to be found and recommended by AI search engines, eventually, if you want the AI to recommend and bring traffic to your website, you're going to have to pay for those clicks, and you have to be prepared for that. There won't be a free tier of free traffic for much longer in the future, as these platforms will be forced to monetize in order to pay for their massive overhead to run their computers and the electricity bills they have. We're talking in the tens of billions and hundreds of billions of dollars, and these investments need to pay back their investment. New tools will emerge to track how AI models mention and describe brands, and optimizing those keywords. You can call them keywords today, but they won't be keywords. Your brand mentions will become a key part of digital marketing. So final thought here, by 2030, search will no longer be about links and ranking signals anymore. It will be about your brand's presence. The businesses that dominate AI search, social discovery, and zero-click platforms will thrive, and those that cling to outdated SEO tactics will be invisible in the next era of AI search. Tell me in the comments below if you're ready for a zero-click future, and what would happen to your business if all of the Google traffic would disappear overnight. Would you still be in business, or would you be looking at other alternatives? And tell me what that alternative is in your mind.